Welcome to the October edition of Anecdotally, our monthly newsletter. This story is from episode 24 of the podcast, and it's about U2, the band. They grew up in Ireland and went to school together, learned to play music together, and as they become more famous, of course, they got more and more exposed to sex, drugs and rock and roll. And it took its toll on some of the band members, some more so than others, and Adam Clayton in particular, who's the bass player. He suffered from depression in those early days, and that led to alcoholism. And later in life, Adam looks back on those times and said, it must have been really hard for the band to put up with me, but they did, and they helped me get through this really difficult part of my life. And we fast forward now to 1987, and U2 are in Tempe, Arizona. They've just released the Joshua Tree, their new album, and they're about to go on concert with that album. They've arrived a little bit early in Tempe to set up because it was the first concerts of the tour, and they were playing on the 3rd and 4th of April. And it turns out that the 4th of April is the anniversary of Martin Luther King's assassination. And in the lead up to the concert, there was a bit of media, and Bono was saying how appropriate it was that they were going to be playing on that date, on the 4th of April, because the song Pride from their previous album, Unforgettable Fire, the 3rd verse is about Martin Luther King. So they played the first concert and they receive a note at the end of the concert, and it's a death threat. And it says, I have a gun, and if you play Pride on the 4th of April, I'm going to shoot you. And this is addressed to Bono. So they involved the police, the FBI, and the FBI's advice was that you have to cancel the concert because there simply wasn't time for them, and there wasn't enough time to put in place the security measures, and they couldn't guarantee the safety of the band. Well, the band thought about this, but they decided that they're going to play anyway, and so they went out on stage on the 4th of April, and towards the end of the concert, they start playing Pride, and they come to the 3rd verse. Bono said that he was terrified. He thought this was the last time he would ever sing, the last song he would ever sing. And so as he started singing the 3rd verse, he closed his eyes. Early morning, April 4, shots ring out in a Memphis sky. Free at last, they took your life, but they could not take your pride. Bono kept his eyes closed for the rest of the song, and as the last notes died away, he opened his eyes, and standing right in front of him was Adam Clayton, the bass guitarist. Adam standing there making sure that Bono could not be shot, and if anyone was going to get the bullet, it would be him. And I just think that's a wonderful story about if you look after people, the lengths they'll go to look after you. So if you want to learn more about that story, why it works and how you can use it in a business context, please check out episode 24 of the podcast. Thanks for listening.